Hi my jazz friends all over the world. Welcome to my You Took Advantage of Me chord melody guitar lesson. My name's Sandra Sherman and I simplify jazz for you. We're in the key of E flat major and we have our usual jazz standard song form AABA. Each of these sections is 8 bars long, so we have our usual total of 32 bars. Here we go. We start with the E flat major 7 chord. Regular standard chord up until the E string. You can also strum through it. Then we have that E flat and a D here. And now we go to E diminished. The first chord progression is actually a 1-6-2-5. This is how you should memorize your standards, your songs. E diminished, standing for the 6-degree C7 flat 9. That's just another way to play a C7 flat 9. So we have the E, B flat, and a D flat. And then on top, is followed by the C on top. Okay? You can also stay barred here actually. And just switch your fingers. Then we have the 2 chord, the F minor 7, all the way up, the B flat, and the 5 chord leading us to the B flat 13 with the B flat on top. And then it's followed by a bass run that takes me to the G minor. So that's not in the notes, but this is a good way to connect to the next chord, a bass run. To the G minor, now we have a kind of 3-6-2-5, but not quite. We start with that 3 chord, the G minor. Don't play the A string. Then a melody. G minor 11, just another G minor chord. Bridge over to the B flat. And now instead of the 6, we have a G flat diminished. But that's not the same thing as that E diminished. Because diminished chords repeat themselves all 3 frets. 1, 2, 3, that would be a G diminished, not a G flat. So that G flat is just a passing chord going from G to F minor. Okay, here is your G flat diminished. And then we move this thing 6 frets up. Remember, 3 frets, it repeats itself. 1, 2, 3, and another 3 frets. 1, 2, 3, and we're up on the 10th and 11th fret. That's still a G flat diminished chord, or a C diminished, however you would look at it. Okay, so. Then going to the 2 chord F minor 7. I'll leave the E flat on top. This is derived from this chord. So all our upper chord voicings are derived from lower chord voicings from the regular comping chords. And the upper chords are mostly used for chord melody, chord solos, and fills. Then I go into the D, leave it here, and play a B flat 7, just a regular B flat 7 chord. Okay. Then up to the F. It's getting a little high now. And now we have an E flat major group chord. I play an E flat 6 9. This is derived from this E flat 6 comping chord. Remove the root, play a tension on top, the 9th, and you have an E flat 6 9 chord. Then the E flat. And then go into an E flat dominant chord, E flat 13. Okay. Then I play the 11th of the B string by lifting that ring finger, and going to the 1 chord A flat. Not the 1 chord of the song, that's the 4th degree actually, but E flat resolves to A flat, and that's where we are now. A flat major 9, derived from this A flat major 7 chord. Let go of the root, play a tension on top, and you got an upper chord voicing, A flat major 9. Then the A flat, but I don't just play this, I bar over it already, but just playing the A flat, and followed by the A flat minor chord, subdominant minor, the 4th degree of the scale, A flat in minor. That's a very, that's a tool often used by composers. Then I play the B string, glide over to the E flat major 7, up until the G now, then a B flat 9, the 5 chord, and this is played as a D half diminished chord. Here's your root, your virtual root, memorize it so you can move the chord around. And resolution, the first ending, but we get to that in a second. So this is phrase number 1 for you at slow tempo. 3, 4. Check out my 35 beginner-friendly chord melody standards bundle. The link is in the video description or bio. Now the last bar of the A section is the first ending. We have a first ending and a second ending. So the first ending is a 1-5. So we have that E flat 6 resolution here coming from the B flat. Stay here, play the E flat 6 chord. And then we want a 5 chord because we need to go back to the second A section then actually, which started with an E flat. So the 5 is the B flat, and we want to alter it. There's no more melody going on, so we can alter the dominant chord to create more tension. So and also I use a bass run now to go to that B flat. I let it ring, and then I add. Make sure not to play the A string, although it's barred. Okay? So this is how it sounds. Now you repeat the entire A section, the first 7 bars, phrase number 1 that was. And now we play the second ending. We have that E flat 6 again. And now we go down with the bass line. B flat, A flat, G, and I play the same chord as the B flat but on G, G7 sharp 5. Again, don't play the A string. That's it. 1, 2. You can help to keep the free videos of this channel running by donating via the thanks button below the video, or become a paying member and enjoy perks. All right, the B section starts with a C minor chord, and we have that C minor 7 on top here. Okay? Then I play the E string again. Then on C minor 11, all I change is that E flat to an F, but I need to rearrange my fingers. Then going back to the E flat by barring over that, you know, bridging over it. Then D7 sharp 5. We know that chord by now, so this is one thing you can take from this lesson. This is the D's that we had it at B flat 7 sharp 5, G7 sharp 5. Now we have it here at D7 sharp 5. The root being on the E strings, both of them. But I just play the higher strings now. Then I'll repeat the E string and the C on the B string. Okay? That resolves to G7, cowboy chord. And then we have an interesting thing going on. It goes to C7, so we have a chain, a dominant chain, you know, going from D to G to C. But before the composer goes to C, he uses the tritone substitute of the G. You can tritone substitute all dominant chords by a tritone away. That's one to the left, one lower, or one higher. That's the same thing. And that would be a D flat. So G7, the tritone substitute is D flat 7. And we play a D flat 13. That's just another group chord. We had that on B flat already. And then we move to C. So that's a cool thing to do, you know? If the melody is in half steps. So that's really nice. Then I want to fill the rest of the bar, and I do so by playing the bass note. I need to put my index there. You can already have it there. I prefer it because I have a better pressure point. I prefer not to bar over the whole thing first and then just afterwards. So then I play the bass, the middle two strings, and then a melody, which is the B flat here. So we have... Then we do the same thing we did on G, now with F7. F7, B13, going down to B flat 13, and then lift your ring finger to get that F, last note, okay? Here is your entire phrase 4 at slow tempo. 3, 4. Now we have the fourth bar, which is the first ending of the B section. It's very rare that the B section is being repeated, or half of it. This time it is with this song. So the first ending now is an E flat major 7 chord. We're coming from that, going to an E flat major 7 here, till the B string. And that would be it. So I made a little upward movement, you know, ascending motion. In thirds. We're in E flat major. I have my first third already in here, so I repeat that. Then I move this diatonically, meaning only using the tones of the scale, in thirds. So the next tone on the D string, this is a B flat, would be C in the key of E flat. The next on the D would be E flat. So I get a minor third here. We move it up once more, D and to D and F. And that's it actually, yeah. Now you repeat phrase number 4. That was the first 3 bars of the B section, and now we have a second ending for the last bar. Again, we don't want to go to E flat major. We want to go to a 2-5 now. That takes us back to the A3 section, which follows afterwards. So now we have an F minor 9-11, because we need that B flat on top. Coming from that F minor 9, remove the root, add a tension on top, the melody actually that you need, and you have your chord melody stuff. It's not that hard. F minor 9-11. And I want to go to B flat. Again, I chromatically approach it, chromatically actually. from C to B flat and let it ring, and play the B flat 7 sharp 5 on top. And again, don't play the A string. And then we're back to the 1 chord of the beginning. Okay, phrase number 6, 3, 4. Please check out my chord melody lesson playlist up here on my YouTube channel with hundreds of YouTube tutorials waiting for you. Also my lesson shop, shop.guitarversum.com, with all the lesson materials, lesson packages, bundles, mini courses, all the good stuff there. And I hope to see you next week. Servus, Baba.